So in order to update your join head unit, let me show you where you need to go, which is join, I think it's joinauto.com. Just go to Google, type in join.com, it'll come up. So this is what I typed in, join head unit update download. Voila, comes up. Once you get to this page, it'll tell you what you need to do. Now, the most important thing is with your system, let's see if I can get it focused. All this information, it will tell you exactly what you have. And this is what you're looking for, with or without LT. That LT will show up right there under app version. See? If you have LT, LT will show up. If it isn't there, it will be blank. From that point, only thing you're doing is figuring out which of the head units you have. Mine is a 1980 by whatever it is. This one was mine, 1920 by 1080. Click that. Once you click it, it will take you to a spot where you download the actual files. If you're on Windows, I'm on Mac, so it automatically unzipped it. You'll then take that, in my case with a Mac, the unzip files, highlight all of the information, and then you're going to move it over. Actually, you know what? I could probably put it in here and show you. I may do that. Yeah, I'll just do that. So because I plugged this into the head unit, that's why there's so many more directories. This was a blank disk, well, a blank USB drive when I put it in. Configure file came over. Owner APK came over. Preload, vital, car app, car update, and then update car. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are the files that came over. And that's what your system will be looking for when you plug it into your head unit. Now, when you plug it into your head unit, you're going to want to make sure you use the USB that is directly connected to the dongle on the back of your system. I forgot what the proper name for it is, but just look for the USB that's connected to the wire, the dangling wire. Plug it in, your car will do the rest. So just in case anybody is wondering, I'm actually doing this while I'm driving to work. As long as you downloaded the correct file, it's as simple as plugging it in. Your head unit will recognize that it is an update, and it will start doing its thing on its own. It will mention that a USB is detected with an update on it. Would you like me to start? Hit yes, otherwise it's going to count down regardless. And then do this, and just keep going through what it needs to. Now it takes me a total of 15 to maybe 17 minutes to get to work. So we'll see how long it actually takes for this to boot back up. When it gets to this point where it says at the very bottom, it's going to say file script all done, you are not going to do anything. It's still going to do some more. So you're not quite done. Ta-da, see? device will reboot in 5, 6, 7. I'm not sure why it's counting up. That's weird. Please remove update device. Okay, so now I need to unplug it. Which is not the easiest thing as you're driving. All right, unplugged. Now it's rebooting. Updating your car while driving to work in a manual, and you're switching hands to hold the camera. Paying attention to where you're going and trying to have muscle memory while still aiming, well, muscle memory to aim your camera at the actual head unit. Hilarious. So it's back. Yay. Does look a little different. That wasn't there before. I had something else there, so I know that it fully updated. Hopefully, if I go back to here, I need to see where, I'm going to have to downshift. That's going to be interesting. All right. I'm going to have to actually stop. Going around a roundabout. That's why I had to pay attention. Now I need to shift. Alright, what I'm looking for is, hey, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Alright, so the apps are still updating. Because as you saw, Netflix was in the bottom right, meaning my Z-Link should show up or appear in a few. Alright, so as you can see, still driving. I'm almost to work now. I'm telling you, this is not how you want to update your radio, trust me. But just to give you an example of the length of time that it takes. Now that's nice. Definitely need to slow down for that. Please tell me you're looking at that. That's a semi in my lane. Nope, don't want that. All right, back to here. So, it takes me 15 minutes to get to work, right? Everything started updating, did its thing, and then I was waiting for the final apps to come in. I showed you where Netflix was. It was down here. Now Google is there. There we have it. My Z-Link is back, and now it's going to be a matter of recording this to see if the update has Z-Link to where it will now work with iOS 26. Hopefully that is the case. So in less than 15 minutes, it will completely install, reboot, and get everything back to its state like you had it previously. Now, any of your settings that you manually put in will be reset, of course, and everything returns back to default. But that's the process. Hope it helped. I've got to park. Peace. Oh, one last thing. Everything still works. See? Ta-da. Let's go ahead and put this light on. Now, one thing of one thing to mention when it comes to your USB. Now, I think with the update, it updates it to where you can use a larger capacity USB. Now, without that update, the largest you could go would be a 32 gig, anything 32 and less. So when you're trying to do your update, make sure you have a USB that is 32 gigs or less. Otherwise, it will not read it. All right, that's all I've got. Time now is 5:56. I've got to clock in before 6 o'clock a.m. All right, now it's officially done. Hopefully this video helped. Go back to the home screen. Yay. I'll need somebody else's phone to record me connecting to the Z-Link. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to. All right, but I'm out. So, although I wasn't able to show you the video, I had to mess with a couple of settings. I kept looking online. I'm happy. I showed you the photos that iOS 26 does work with the newest update. As long as you update your system, you can get it. Now, I had to turn off, I think it was apps, I had to turn off one of the settings for the Apple CarPlay. I'm so happy I just forgot just that quick. Give me a second, I'll take a quick look. So I was trying to figure out which one it was for you. Still don't know. I kept turning things off and turning it back on. Now, when I went into the CarPlay app itself or settings, it seemed everything had turned it back on. It just took forever for it to connect. But once it did, the pictures are proof enough. Do the update, follow the steps. That's all you have to do. Hopefully this video helped, and I'll see you next week. Peace.